how did Jeffrey Epstein happen? With much work and help. Just like Jeffrey Epstein, Ryan Upchurch has Jelly Roll and his wife to handle.
Jelly Roll has infiltrated country music in the same way that Christian nationalism has infiltrated Christianity. In fact, Jelly Roll knew that he could pander to a certain demographic of people by exploiting their faith and their brokenness.
I know they're trying to kick me off here, so just let me try to get this out. First of all, Jesus, I hear you and I'm listening, Lord. I'm listening, Lord. Second of all, I want to thank my beautiful wife. I would have never changed my life without you. I ended up dead in jail. I'd have killed myself if it wasn't for you and Jesus. I thank you for that. I thank you for my label. Broken boat. Country radio, baby. What's up, y'all? Oh, Republic time. We did it, baby. There was a time in my life, y'all, that I was broken. That's why I wrote this album. I didn't think I had a chance, y'all. There was days that I thought the darkest things, I was a horrible human. There was a moment in my life that all I had was a Bible this big and a radio the same size and a 6x8 foot cell. And I believe that those two things could change my life. I believe that music had the power to change my life, and God had the power to change my life. And I want to tell y'all right now, Jesus is for everybody. Jesus is not owned by one political party. Jesus is not owned by no music label. Jesus is Jesus, and anybody can have a relationship with him. I love you, Lord.
And for those of you who know the backstory of Jelly Roll, you know that he started out in the hip-hop world with his cornrows and gold teeth.
This that boy right here, I call him Junior, you know what I'm saying? They know him in the streets, Jelly Roll. 5 stacks, he'll tell you a whole new asshole on that freestyle. Tell me, so help me God, you know what I'm saying? That's the future right there. You know what I'm saying? That's the future right there. I probably won't be here to see it, so you know what I'm saying? Lex gonna have to coach him up.
Rap don't work for me. I can get a bird for cheap. I know you heard of me. Come on, he's murder, and I will chop your ass up like it's a cheeseburger. Jelly, I'ma live it up. Jelly, I'ma live it up. I tried to draw my dick on a piece of paper, but the paper wasn't big enough, so give it up. Homie, you ain't talking.
And I'm sure you have a better understanding of why he didn't make it in hip-hop just listening to that little clip. Not to mention, you can't just piss on black people and tell them that it's raining. What doesn't come out in the wash always comes out in the rinse. Now that person that you saw Jelly Roll with is Haystack. Haystack was part of a white boy group, a gang. They called themselves the Crazy White Boys. And Jelly Roll integrated into that group and created albums called Gambling on a White Boy, volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. He often featured Haystack on those albums. In case you didn't know, Haystack's real name was Jason Winfrey. He had a documented history of legal issues involving charges of sexual nature and domestic assault. 2004 charge, Haystack was charged with statutory rape. But I digress. Let's pivot away from the PDFs and get back on topic. Jelly Roll's cornrows and gold teeth hip-hop persona didn't sell. He knew he had to go to plan B. Let the beautiful bean footage roll.
We're calling it Operation Infiltration. We're going to take over. We're going to get a building down there. We're going to take over that street. Quiet and humble. We're going to beat them from the inside out, not the outside in. We're going to come in and take over this fucking guy. I'm fixing to go in and fuck country music. This is going to be a robbery.
This BMI #1 country record radio party. Sit up there and talk like we're talking right now. Calling motherfuckers, drinking, smoking, acting exactly how you act.
In the lobby of BMI, I got a tattoo.
Had a tattoo on the lobby of BMI.
The real ones are here, more on the way. Be different than you. You got to look at me like, y'all, we finally got one of us there. Jelly hadn't changed. Send me that screenshot. Then my wife nipped that bitch in the ass, dog. My wife is a fucking savage gangster bitch that sold pussy, dude. She will.
You heard Jelly Roll say exactly what he was going to do. He knew he could not do that in hip-hop. He knew that he could not strong-arm rob black folks in the culture in hip-hop. But he did know that he could prey on some poor, white country folks out there in the country. I'm just a country boy trying to survive.
More than a beer when you ain't 21. Boy, baby, it's a beautiful day to be a country boy on this Tuesday right here. Live on Netflix, baby.
But not only did he say that he was going to infiltrate country music and rob them blind, which he did, and he did it with mediocre vocals at best, probably less than mediocre vocals, by selling a broken man's story and Jesus. Rather than being talented, which he would have needed in hip-hop, he played on the emotions and the Christian faith of poor white folks in the MAGA movement. Then he tells you his wife, his Ghislaine Maxwell, is a gangster savage bee who sold pee. We're gonna wreck country music and ain't nothing nobody can do about it. And the end result is always the same. I'm just so humble. Thank you, Jesus. While laughing all the way to the bank. Then when people confront him about all of his behavior, it's, I'm just a dumb redneck. I don't know anything.
Here's my opinion, man. You know, I'm a dumb redneck. I haven't watched enough. I didn't have a phone for 18 months. I've had one for 4 months and don't have social media.